Good Saturday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Jesse Peterson. Let's go and talk about the weather for your Saturday evening going into your future. We have some stuff that we are going to go on and talk about tonight. But first, before we get into that, if you have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. Right now, we have around a good 5 people that have tuned in tonight, or excuse me, 6 people that have tuned in tonight, and only 5 likes. So we're doing good. But if you have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new. We're at 648 subscribers, trying to get to that main goal of 700. We are 2 subscribers away from the halfway marker of 650, and we are 52 away from that main goal of 700. So let's go on and get there. That's the first thing. The second thing. Now, the third thing, hit the share button. Share with your friends, your family members, acquaintances, people that you saw at the store today, people who you saw today while you were outside trying to avoid all this rainfall. Just anything. Anything. Anybody. If you just go and hit the subscribe button, that would be fantastic. So, what are we going to talk about tonight? Well, obviously, we will go on and talk about the weather for what's currently going on. We also will talk about the weather for tonight, tomorrow, the short-term future, the long-term future, and we'll continue to just go throughout the week, going into next week, going all the way into next Saturday, and even further beyond as well, and specifically with our temperatures, our pattern, and stuff like that. So let's go on first and talk about what's going on throughout the entire state of South Carolina. Well, right now, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing is going on right now throughout the entire state of South Carolina. And it looks like right now, for the most part, that this snowfall right here, this rainfall right here, is mainly just going on over here, from the west over into the Midwest and down here in the South as well. And so, you look over there in the west, you see rainfall, snowfall going on for Washington, Oregon, California, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Arizona. Some snowfall going on in Michigan, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. Maybe even parts of the Delaware and Maryland areas as well down to West Virginia. And then some rainfall going on over here from Georgia to Florida. And for the most part, everybody else is looking dry. Now, what's going on in terms of our cloud cover? Well, we do have some cloud cover for sure going on throughout the low country, for sure going on throughout the southern Midlands and the PD, the Grand Strand areas, the Midlands. And there's some little, isolated scattered clouds going on throughout the upstate, but for the most part, that's the only area. Clear skies going on for a good amount of the upstate as well. And it looks like the majority of the upstate is actually clear right now. Now, what about the cloud cover for our future? Going and push this forward all the way through later into tonight, going into tomorrow. And you can see how those clear skies right here will try to open their way up, going all the way. This is now 3 o'clock p.m. You can see how clear it's starting to get tomorrow afternoon, going into around 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. That cloud cover will come right back again, going to around 10 p.m. Then we move all the way into Monday for 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning here. Clear skies really starting to take its shape, as the upstate, starting to receive their cloud cover. Midland still receiving their cloud cover. But look over there inside the Tri-County area. Look over there inside of the Grand Strand, the PD areas clearing up. Go all the way to around 10 a.m., all the way through the afternoon. And then we get into around 7 p.m. here, where that cloud cover is now shifted kind of over to the northern and the more western parts of the state. Current temperatures right now. We're going to start off with the low country first, with low temperatures tonight at 50. Or not low temperatures, but current temperatures right now at 50 in Summerville, 52 in Charleston, as well as 55 in Beaufort, 55 also inside of Hilton Head Island, in around a good 47 over there near Warrensburg, 49 in Georgetown. Now moving over here to the PD and the Grand Strand, you have around 49 inside of Murrells Inlet, 48 in Myrtle Beach, 46 in Conway, as well as 43 in Hartsville and Florence, 41 in Bennettsville, 45 in Sumter over here in the Midlands, 44 in Newberry, 45 inside of Greenwood, and 49 in Aiken, 44 also inside of Lawrence. And then the upstate, 42 in Spartanburg, 41 in Gaffney, and 42 also inside of York, 43 in Rock Hill, 43 also in Lancaster and Greenville, as well as 46 in Clemson, 45 in Anderson. Low temperatures for tonight, you have around a good 34 in Spartanburg, 34 in Rock Hill, as well as 33 in Chirala and Dillon, 34 in Florence, and even 34 in King Street, 37 in Georgetown, and 38 in Myrtle Beach and Moncks Corner, 42 in Charleston, and 46 in Hilton Head Island, 39 in Walterboro, and 38 in Barnwell and Orangeburg, 39 also inside of Aiken, and 37 in Greenwood, 37 also in Anderson, and 35 over there near Lawrence up there inside of the upstate. So for the most part, it looks like that we're going to be receiving temperatures mainly inside the low 30s for a good amount of us, but for the other half, maybe high 40s. High temperatures for tomorrow, you're going to see around 58 in Greenville, 57 in Spartanburg, as well as 58 in Anderson, 56 in Newberry and Rock Hill, as well as 55 in Winsboro, 57 in Columbia, 57 also inside of Aiken, 58 in Barnwell, 57 in Camden, Sumter, and Orangeburg, 55 over there near Florence and Dillon and Cheraw, King Street, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach. I mean, that entire PD Grand Strand area seems to want their high temperatures tomorrow around 55, and then same thing for the Low Country, around 59, Walterboro 57, from Moncks Corner all the way down to Charleston 58 inside of Hilton Head Island. And then for rainfall for tonight, I know it does say some rainfall over there near the coastal areas, but for the most part, I think that we're done in terms of rainfall. I think that we're done. I think that this rainfall that it shows right here was just from earlier in the evening. So that was around 7 o'clock, because this is when this was last updated, was 7 o'clock p.m. So I think that's just the last little bit of rainfall, and honestly, I think that we're not really going to receive any more rainfall after. Now, what about our crazy score? If you have no idea what the crazy score is, it is a score that we see how crazy the weather is throughout the entire state of South Carolina. Why? Well, there will actually be some areas to widespread fog cover, especially in the CSRA, the Columbia areas, Western Midlands, upstate, with that northeastern Georgia border, or like the northern Georgia border up there. And there will be locally dense pockets as well. Visibility is down to a quarter of a mile or less. And so you got to make sure, if you're out there driving, got to be careful. Got to make sure you leave space in front of you. Make sure you have your low beams on, not high beams. Low beams on, keep that distance. Go slow if needed, and have that braking distance. That's the main thing, but calm to light winds, gradual cloud clearance for the most part, and then temperatures remain mild and will stay dry. So what about the SPC outlook as we go into tonight? Well, right now, thunderstorms not expected tonight, tomorrow, or Monday. So we're good in terms of thunderstorm activity for the next 3 days or so. Excessive rainfall, same thing. We're not looking at anything in terms of excessive rainfall. We go on now and move on to the models. We start off here at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We start off here and we push this forward. And you can see as we move our way through all the way, this is 9 o'clock p.m. on January the 4th tomorrow night. Nice and dry. Going into Monday, Monday afternoon, Monday night, Monday evening-ish. January the 5th here. Rainfall at this point is just not a thing, and we're going to remain dry as we go all the way through 7 p.m. here on January the 5th. Now, what about our long-term future? Well, if we go and look at that right now, we go and look at the GFS. You push this forward, and you can see for the most part, things look dry. Go all the way through the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, going into finally the 10th here. And we start to see this little system over here start to kind of get its act together right here. This right here is on the 9th, 7 p.m. You have this cold front moving its way through. We have the low pressure up here, and this is the low pressure that we were talking about that could potentially bring us some snow. I don't know if the run's still on here or not. It may be, it may not be. Yeah, this was the run. You see how low the low pressure was? This was on, let's see, that was on December the 28th. That was on December the 28th. And look at how low the low pressure was right here. Look at it now on January the 3rd. Where it is right here. Look at how far up it is now. That just shows you. And also look at the difference of time as well. It's also like 25 hours later as well. That just shows you that these model runs 200 to 300 plus hours out, they change. And this is exactly what we're looking at. That low pressure is now so far up, there's definitely not a chance for any snowfall from this thing. Now, there was a little bit of a chance earlier, and we were seeing some snowfall, but not anymore. I think that that's out the window now. That continues to push its way through. We have, for the most part, the chance possibly for some severe weather as you go into January the 10th. I mean, you have if we go in and look at it, if you look at the dew points, you have the dew points in front of the system up in the 60s for the most part. If we go in and look at the Cape for it as well, Cape, it's kind of lackluster. So if we don't have that, we're not going to have any fuel at all, which would be a good thing. But look at these winds cranking up in the atmosphere. These are definitely up and running. So all things here, I mean, if the winds are there and the moisture is there, the severe potential is there. But I mean, like I said, we go back to the Cape, you don't really see it too much. Don't really see it too much at all. We continue this forward though. And look at that cold air starting to rush its way through on the 11th here, going on to the 12th. And just, we stay dry until we get to around like the 16th here, the 17th. Look at all that rainfall going on inside the upstate, going on even inside the parts of the Midlands and the PD. But look at how dry it stays, like in the low country and that Grand Strand, just that coastal area just in general. I mean, just a huge amount of rainfall starting all the way from January the 16th at 1 p.m. all the way through to around 7 a.m. on the 18th. I mean, that's almost 48 hours. Probably more around like the 36-ish hour range. But that's like almost a full 36 hours of just some rainfall. Now, 300 plus hours out, so things will change. But if this was to occur, I mean, we'd see a huge divide in rainfall rates all the way from the upstate down towards the coastal area. The coastal areas will be seeing some sun in some spots, while the upstate's just getting drenched with rainfall if this was to occur as modeled. And so I do want to go on and look at the dew points as well. Look at these cold fronts that we got moving through. You can see there goes the first cold front right here on the 10th. Huge cold front moving its way through, looking for some severe weather on that day. But right now, we're just going to have to continue to wait. And then there goes a little bit of cold air and dry air that's rushing in behind it as well. I actually do have my pen, so I can go on and show you more in depth if you can't really see it too well. But there goes the official front's already passed. It's moved on. You can see this line out here. This is the official front. But look at this cold air right behind it. This is a huge cold air mass trying to move its way down towards the south and east. And so you can see it as you go on and move its way through. And you see how it starts to take over. Again, there goes the secondary little cold air mass that's trying to move its way through. And so you can even see it as well if we go into the temperature anomalies. You see when that first cold front moves through, it doesn't really do too much. But then that second air blast moves through, and look at how much cooler than average it gets. And so that first cold front, I mean, it's still going to be a bit cooler. Like, I mean, temperatures will be, in the 40s for lows, high 30s. So, I mean, it's still going to be a bit cool. Like 1 p.m., high temperatures will only be like 46. But wait till that second blast moves its way through. You see how we have below freezing temperatures now right here on 7 a.m. On the 12th, high temperatures, getting about the same, but those low temperatures are really still staying low. So that's what that's what I'm looking at here. If we continue this forward even more, that also means that freezing temperatures will be coming back as well. We're not done with that yet. Another potential cold front may be trying to move its way through again as we move into around like the 17th as well. We go and look back at the dew points. Another little bit of cold air might be trying to move its way through around the 17th to the 19th-ish. But that's all I have to say in terms of the long-term future. So let's go on now and see what's going on with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off, Mr. Chris first. He says, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a great day. I did. Thank you so much for asking. He also says, please remember to go and hit the like button and the subscribe button. Also share. It's free and helps the channel grow. He's absolutely correct. Right now, let's see how many likes we have. We have around a good 15 people watching and only 8 likes so far. If you're a part of that 7 that have not hit the like button yet, go ahead and do so. And it's free and you can change your mind at any time. Mr. Anthony says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Mr. Chris says, currently it's 48 here inside of Monk's Corner. Well, thank you so much for that. If I go and check out my old weather station, it says 49. And then, it says 49 as well over there for the new one as well. So both of them say 49. My Aunt Lewis says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. I pray that everyone had a wonderful day. Well, thank you so much for that. Mr. Chris says, it was cloudy all day and some light rain. The same thing at my house, pretty much. My Nana says, good evening, a nice rainy day. So it seems like most people are having a rainy day for today. We continue our way down. My Aunt Lula says today in Georgetown there was a lot of rain. Didn't rain all day, however, it did for about 3 hours. It was raining pretty heavily this morning. This morning I was like woke up at around like 7:50 ish or so when my alarm went off, and it actually was pouring outside. That was the hardest I've seen it rain all day. Was earlier this morning, and so I didn't really see it rain that hard for about, I'd say for about like another, like all day pretty much. Then Trail says happy full wolf moon in Cancer. Well, I did see that picture. Thank you so much for sending that picture in. I actually can show that to the stream. I don't know if you want me to show that or not. That's why I didn't get it up yet. But if you want me to show that, I'll go on and put it up. And then Mr. Chris says, everyone, please remember to stay safe and warm and hydrated. Absolutely. He says also, if you have fog lights on your car, use them. Absolutely. I know, like the car that I have, it's old, so it doesn't have fog lights on it, but newer cars for sure have them fog lights on it. So, use the low beams and the fog lights for sure. But if you don't have fog lights, low beams will also work. Thad then says, good evening, Cousin Joseph. I trust all is well. We are back from our vacation. It was quite lovely. I trust all is well with you. All is well with me. Thank you so much. Welcome back. And I'm glad that the vacation went well. He says it was a rough couple of weeks for our Panthers. Hopefully Atlanta can wrap things up with the Saints tomorrow. I do hope that they can do that. And I'm not the biggest guy. And again, I go off my rant. I go on my rant usually when the Panthers lose. It's only for a couple of seconds. It's nothing long because it's the Weather Channel, not a sports channel. You're not here for the sports. You're here for weather. But in my opinion, I think that the refs screwed us. And you hear that every time about, refs screwed this, refs screwed that. But that was one of the worst officiated games I think that I've seen in a long, long time. In a very, very, very long time. But that's just my opinion. You can't do anything when, the higher ups are over there doing whatever they want to do. So I can't, ain't nothing they could have done about it. They had multiple opportunities, but I think that the refs were the main reason. But we're off of that. We're not talking about sports. He then says, it's great to be back. Luckily, we missed the cold weather from last week. Absolutely. I know that, over there in San Antonio, obviously y'all had a bit of a cold little front try to move through. Cold front trying to move its way through, and it was cool. Was cool for sure. And then you also the 61 here. And then Mr. Chris says, I'm sorry my Chiefs aren't in the playoffs this year. I know. That was very shocking. I was very, very shocked when y'all did not make the playoffs this year either. Very, very shocked. But let's go on now and talk about the 4 locations outside of South Carolina. You might be asking, full location, what are you talking about? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as well as Duncan, Oklahoma. But before that, if you are a person that's in South Carolina and you leave at this time, just make sure, before you leave, go and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. 648, trying to get to 700. But back to San Antonio now. You have low temperatures tonight around 47. High temperatures tomorrow at 73, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 54. Precipitation for tonight and tomorrow, not expected at this time. I just realized that says precipitation tonight and then also precipitation tonight. Let me go in and fix that real quick. Okay, precipitation tomorrow. So no precipitation is expected as you go into tonight and tomorrow. Patchy fog, though, is in the forecast as you go into tomorrow night. So make sure that you are watching for that. And then also, severe weather, excessive rainfall, not in the forecast. Not in the forecast at all. So you're coming back to pleasant weather, in my opinion. I mean, high temperatures of 73. That's going to be higher than what we see here in South Carolina. I will say that much for sure. And then, like I said, in terms of your future, for the most part, For the most part, it just looks like that you're going to continue to see these temperatures higher than most. Like, for example, 76 on Monday, 80 degrees on Tuesday, 81 on Wednesday. Thursday drops down to 79. It will start that decline on Thursday going into Saturday, with your high temperatures only being 64 on Saturday. So it will start to decline, but this is going to be pretty warm next week. Then for Raleigh, North Carolina, you have low temperatures tonight at 31, high temperatures tomorrow at 52, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 30. Precipitation not expected at this time. In terms of severe weather, excessive rainfall, for the most part, that is not an issue. That's not going to be something that you're going to have to watch out for. Excessive rainfall, same thing. You're good in terms of excessive rainfall and severe weather. Now, in terms of Raleigh, in terms for your future, it looks like, for the most part, again, you're just going to be warming up, kind of like San Antonio was, 66 on Tuesday, 69 on Wednesday. And then it'll kind of stay there, but then it'll drop back off Thursday night going into, or at least it will try to drop off, but then it'll warm right back up on that Friday, 73 being your high temperature on Friday. So it is going to warm up. It definitely is going to warm up for sure. Then for Philadelphia, you have low temperatures tonight at 25, high temperatures tomorrow at 37, then low temperatures tomorrow night at 22. Precipitation, not expected at this time. Severe weather and excessive rainfall, same thing. For your future, it looks like that you're going to try and warm back up, highs back into the 50s on Wednesday for the most part. Friday, 53, Saturday, 55. So it's going to warm up for you in Philadelphia as well. Finally, for Duncan, low temperatures tonight at 34, high temperatures tomorrow at 63, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 46. Precipitation, not expected at this time. In terms of severe weather and excessive rainfall, there's nothing there. And then in terms of for your future, it's going to continue to warm up pretty much like everybody else, but it will cool down. It will cool down as you go into like Friday of next week and then also Saturday. And that's all for those four. So what's going on throughout the entire U.S. weather news-wise? Well, lake effect snow showers will continue through Saturday downwind of the Lakes Erie, Ontario, and the eastern part of Lake Superior. A series of storm systems will also continue to impact California and the Pacific Northwest through the weekend and into next week, bringing widespread rainfall, mountain snowfall, and gusty winds, all of that. And then coastal flooding is expected inside of Northern California as well. And so that's a lot of stuff that we're going to see. We're also going to see some fire weather inside of Colorado as well. And then I do see some more high wind events going on over there. But for the most part, I think that is about it. Michigan, I see some stuff over there for them. Patchy, freezing drizzle possible all the way through midnight over there in Michigan. But that's all I can see here in terms of the entire U.S. So let's go on now and see, because we actually do have two pictures tonight. We have two pictures tonight. One of them being from Thad. He sent the first one around 8:15 p.m.-ish when I got it. Already was here on my email, already had it loaded up. He sent 7 pictures, beautiful sunsets and moons over the ocean while he was on his cruise earlier, back from his vacation. So let me go on and show them. Okay, I can't move. There we go. All right. So here it is right here. Here's his first picture, and I'm just going to roll through it. But these are some very nice pictures. If you want to go on and send some pictures, you can by sending it to scweather360@gmail.com. Again, that is scweather360@gmail.com. Something hopefully weather-related. And we'll go on and show nice sunset here that I can see over here. And then here's the last picture right here. So thank you so much for those pictures. I will go on and get those saved. We'll go on and get those saved actually. Right here, and then there we go. And then I also have trails here. This is the picture that she sent. She sent the text of, this is Jupiter beside a full moon. Here it is right here. So I'm guessing Jupiter's the one here on the right. On the right here, and then whatever this is over there on the left. But obviously the moon being inside the middle. So thank you so much for this picture. as well. Obviously, not too much of an astronomy person myself, but I will go on and show some astronomy photos if you have them. So, whether astronomy photos, anything like that, all of that will be welcome. Again, scweather360@gmail.com if you want to go on and send these in. And so that is all that I have to say there in terms of the pictures. So, let's go on and check out the chat one more time. We'll do the top fans, stuff like that. Let's see. So, Trail says, I'm sure you can show the pictures. Did that. Maya Lula also says, I must admit, my nephew, the officiating was awful. It was, just stuff that, you can't really control. But, like I said, we just got to hope that the Falcons win tomorrow. And if they do, well, we'll be good. We'll be good to go. But if they don't, that'd be a huge blow. Huge blow. Let's see, continue our way down. Just saying nice pictures. My aunt, Cheryl, comes in and says, Happy New Year's, nephew. Well, thank you so much for that. Cheryl says, thanks for sharing. I appreciate you. Well, no problem. Thank you for sharing the photos with me and sharing it for us to look at. And that's all that I can see here in terms of the chat. So, top fans of the night tonight. There is a lot. There is a good amount of people inside the chat tonight. Like a very, very, very good amount. But I'm pretty sure it all still roots through Mr. Chris for that number 1 spot. And then I believe my Aunt Lula is still at number 2. At number 2. And then it was very close. But I think Thad does come out at number 3. So congratulations to the 3 of y'all for being the top fans of the night tonight. If you have no idea what the top fans is, it is pretty much just a thing for fun that we do, nothing crazy. If you want to be a top fan, you can, though, by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. You don't get a reward from it or anything. At 9 o'clock, be a subscriber of the channel. And then also, you have to also go on and be here early, be active inside the chat, because if you're not active, the more that you type, the higher up that board you will go. And so that's all I can see here in terms of the top fan. Let me go and give them a round of applause real quick. And so that's it there. So, that's it pretty much for the forecast for tonight. Nothing else for me to say. Again, if you have not hit the like button yet, go in and do so. Right now, it looks like around a good 25 people have tuned in tonight, and we only have 11 likes. So go and hit the like button if you have not already. Also, the subscribe button. If you're new and you have never hit the subscribe button before, hit it. It's free. You can change your mind at any time if you want to. We're 2 subscribers away. That's it. Just 2 subscribers away from the halfway mark of 650 subscribers. And then we are 52 away from the main goal of 700. Let's go ahead and get there. If you have not hit the subscribe button already. Also, share with your friends, your family members, acquaintances, people you don't even like. You can share it to somebody so they can go on and get us to that goal. And they can share it as well. Then the person they share it to can share it with somebody. And the person they share it to can share it to somebody. And it just can go all over the place. And so make sure that they go on and do that as well. But that's it. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Sunday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. And hit those 2 buttons before you leave.